Alright, what you say now? You see it? Enough time you know we might talk about the third dimension, you know? The 3D, you see me? And we might refer to the third dimension and the 3D. And you see, the realm and the dimension is a third dimensional realm, you know? And even though it's a third dimensional realm, more spiritual than that, you see me? Because I ain't idea, you know, remember, you know, Babylon, you know, make it be a third dimensional realm, you know? Because it's a more third dimensional realm because Babylon create all this materialism. So instead of the people focus more on spirituality, them focus on house, car, money, all these things where Babylon implement to lower your vibration and lower your frequency, because in the 3D right now the people more depend on a lower frequency than depend on a higher frequency. So this is why even when the chosen seed tell them say the earth split and the earth depend on a different energy, and some people go rise with the new earth and left with the old earth. You know, have nothing to do with, it's just a concept. It's just a concept, man. Because when a vibration low in this dimension, you know, say you're living at your lower chakra them. Is what I say. You're mostly in at the lower chakra them. Because your frequency is lower. And the vibration not that high. Watch this now. This realm, planet Kai, Mother Gaia, planet Earth, it's very much spiritual. Because take for instance even this tree where I see it up amongst. Even the other day I look at my little niece and tell her, I say, yo. She said to me, say, yo, uncle, oh, you know boring. You just sit down around so much trees and so much stone and them things. And I try to show her, say, yo, I could never boring because everything where they are around me, living and have a soul and have a spirit and have life just like I. Even the tree where they are right now is a living being. It's a living female. Just like with just I say a different a woman. Because the tree is a representation of a woman. It's just in a different form. Because even this tree, what they are right now, it's not just a tree. It's a living soul. Have a soul and a spirit. And don't it have a body? Just like I and I. And where people have to know, say, yo, even the tree decided to come as if to be a tree in this dimension. The tree itself. So you see, this planet is very much spiritual, but the Babylonian system and all of the matrix and all of the illusion created by the matrix make the vibration of the earth so low, because now the people start step away from spirituality and step to materialism and step to the material things. We're not saying that material things is not nice to have. We're not saying that. But this planet is very much spiritual. And this planet is very much advanced more than even the beings that dwell on it. This is why I as a chosen seed and the rest of chosen body can see things from a different perspective and a different state of mind. Because as an awakened soul, you start to vibrate on a higher frequency where even though we're in the third dimensional realms, we're not dwelling at the third dimension. You get it? We're in the 3D realm, you know, but we are vibrate above that level there because the frequency raise. because remember I said the frequency of Mother Gaia, you know, and the frequency of this planet is very high. It's very high because every tree, every stone, every living thing on the face of the earth in nature, the trees, the birds, the bees, all of these things are very high vibrational. Because even me sitting here touching this tree, may I receive energy from this tree. May I receive information from this tree. May I receive wisdom, strength. May I release even negative energy from just touching this tree. Because this tree is an extension of I and I. Because the tree is I and I is the tree. So we are trying to show you how this dimension is very spiritual. But the plots and ways and means of the matrix making us see it that way. Alright. For example, ideas are right now, you know, and you see a bird, and that bird that I see, if a next one day there so, that one day would have see that bird as just a bird, or just a mere bird. But when I see that bird, and I look through that bird spiritually, I see a witch. And if I should tell you, say, yo, look on that bird over there, so, it's a witch that in my brother, it's a witch that in my sister. You go to say, what am I talk about? What am I say? Because we depend on a high vibration and such a high frequency. That's we know say when we see certain animals or certain things in the 3D, we know what it represents. Because same as how me can there so now in the 3D and see a certain bird appear and know say that is a witch or a warlock trapped within that bird, acting as a monitoring spirit, seeking information. At the same way we can see a next bird and know say that are the powers of the Holy Spirit. I same so we can see that and know say yo, that are one of our ancestors. So you see, this third dimensional realm is very spiritual, highly spiritual. But the ways and means of Babylonian system keep it in the third dimensional because if your state of mind is in the 3D, that's what you're going to see this dimension as. That's a third dimensional being realm. You get it? And we can go with more examples. I watch this now. You're in your room and you see a certain animal. You see a spider. You see a ladybug. Whatever animal. We don't just see it as what it is. Because from we see a certain thing, we know what it is and what it represents. And we know say whatever it represents is very spiritual. This is why you often see the chosen seed seated within nature. Because the things of nature or the things that make up nature is well advanced spiritually than the people within the planet. This is why you see the spiritual awakening oftentimes of always go back into nature because the high vibration that I am on right now, everything around me is on that same vibration. Because sitting here right now, speaking my truth, speaking my wisdom about the vibration of the planet, about the vibration of this planet, all living things around me right now, all the trees that surround me right now, is cheering me on right now. Everything around me is agreeing with me. Every stone, every leaf, every fruit tree is in a one accordance with me right now. But look at this now. If I was supposed to do this video amongst a group of people who is on a low vibration, it would cause a chaos. Because in the midst of making that video, you would hear people laughing, you would hear people making noise, people saying, stop talking rubbish, stop talking foolishness. Maybe this content wouldn't be created because it would cause lots of contention. Maybe every time you speak a line or speak a paragraph or a sentence, you realize that people are laugh. Take it for a mockery, take it for a joke. Because what? They're not on the same vibration. They're not on the same frequency as I am. This is why you oftentimes hear that the earth is splitting. It don't literally mean that the earth itself is splitting. It's just the vibration. So if I am moving from if I and I not longer dwelling in the third dimension and now in the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth dimension, you're gonna see the difference. It's always gonna be a difference because now we are talking about things where in order for you to understand these things, you have to live from the 3D dimension. You have to evolve yourself from the third dimension to reach that dimension. So now you can see all of these things what we see for what it truly is. Most definitely. So you can see all these things for what it really is. So I don't know in my house and I see a cockroach. I know that is not just a cockroach. I know that that is a witch within that cockroach operating within that cockroach. And also that is an unclean spirit. So you see, when your vibration and your frequency raise up within this dimension, now all these things that are so much spiritual, you start to see them for what they is. And it's so amazing. It's so amazing to open up your eyes and look and see angels in their true form and other forms. It's so amazing to wake up and see my ancestor them in a them true form and different forms. It's very amazing to see my spirit guides, spirit animals, grandmasters, ascended masters in a them true form and different form. And in order for we, or in order for you to see these things, you have to raise a vibration from the third dimension. You see the third dimension, it come like a grid system, you know. Alright. Uno ever play the game what them call him XOX. When I was a little youth grow, we used to love play that little game, the XOX. XOX is a game where you get a book leaf or a book page and you would draw lines horizontally and vertically until the page is finished. Then within those, then after you finish draw those vertical and horizontal lines, now you would get some little squares. And in those squares, you're gonna write X or an O. And they have this game named XOX. And if you notice, the format of that, of the shape of that game, is it's just squares. After you write those vertical and those horizontal lines, everything turn into squares. Grid system. So you see, the system made even that game off of this dimension because really and truly, them trap us in the grid. Trap us in the grid system. Trap us in the third dimension. So, when you're stuck in the third dimension now, you now look up, you now look down, you just look so. You look backward, forward, sideways.